Good afternoon, team. Here is your mission. Lugindu has been liberated, but we now know why the Occultum took interest in Lugindu to begin with. What you found in that ancient altar is one of the 6 elemental orbs consisting of earth, fire, wind, water, magic, and spirit. There is nothing like them anywhere else, and their power is equal to no other. That one we have there is the Orb of Magic. Take full control of that sphere, and you will become able to harness all of the magical energies in the universe without fear of tiring or straining your body. Wield all 6 of the orbs, and the results would be cataclysmic, resulting in basically an apocalyptic event. On the plus side, not just anyone can wield the power of the orbs directly, unless the orbs are contained in a structure and properly calibrated to said structure like the Lugindian altar was. And even then, you'd only be able to absorb or use some of the orb's power. If you tried to directly come in contact with the orb like Otanga did, and you weren't chosen to wield the orb like Tefari's family, you'd end up suffering a hideous transformation or die. The origins of the orbs are steeped in nothing but legends, so no one is completely sure how one is chosen to be able to wield these orbs. The only reason I know about them is because of my mother's books and ancient texts that she passed on to me before she died. Still, I don't think I have to tell you why this is a bad thing that the Occultum has seemingly set their sights on retrieving these orbs for an unknown purpose. Which means we're going to need to track down the orbs first before they ignite said apocalyptic event using the orbs' containers, or kill themselves and others trying to directly wield them. Now, I have a fairly good idea where we can find at least one of the orbs. The bad news is that it's probably the most difficult of the 6 to collect, and arguably the deadliest. This orb, called the Orb of Spirit, which allows one to control life and death itself, is located in the astral plane, a surreal and abstract place leading to many locales and other universes. Only the dead, or those removed from one's body, can go to this plane. With Tefari's newly gained magical abilities coupled with my own, and Somni's powers, we can send you to the astral plane. But be warned, while we should be able to give you the means to project your powers and weapons through to your astral forms, there are many strange and great antagonistic horrors that will try to stop you. Regardless of that, you must retrieve the orb before Kodion and the Occultum finds a way to do so first. With that, good luck, and please come back alive. Okay, you guys got that?
Yep.
Understood, sir.
Yep.
Indubitably!
And welcoming back to Tale in the Air Champions, we have Nyquist and Captain Frankman.
Hello there.
Greetings, my fellow viewers!
Who are you talking to?
He's talking to nobody.
I love his energy, though. He seems like such a great guy. Nice to meet you.
Who are you?
Alright, so no gadgets from Dr. Scientist this time. Sorry, he's out at a wedding this week. So we'll just proceed right into the main event. The scene picks up at the capital city of Lugindu. It's only been a couple of days since the team removed Joseph Otanga from power and recovered the Orb of Magic, alias the Power of Lugindu. Just then, a helicopter flies overhead and lands nearby.
Hello, who may this be?
Stepping out of the helicopter is a well-dressed man. This is Secretary Andrew Rochester, the head of the Department of Supernatural and Paranormal Affairs, aka DOSPA, and my boss.
Oh.
We'll try to make a good impression.
I shake his hand furiously.
You shake Secretary Rochester's hand so much, he has to get his guards to help him pry your hand away from his before you shake him into the ground.
Ow. My apologies. I get very excited whenever I'm meeting leadership.
He says it's perfectly fine. He goes on to say that he and the rest of the world appreciate all the work Pac has been doing in terms of dealing with the Occultum, the Metatron Ring, Shadow Destroyer, the Malvins, and now this Lugindu affair.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you as well in person, sir.
Secretary Rochester is here to assess the situation involving the orb and to oversee its eventual transportation back to the United States. He has and will be speaking with Tefari on the matter, and we're hoping she's okay with us borrowing it in order to protect it from the occultum and anyone else looking to steal it. The higher-ups are convinced that leaving the Orb of Magic in Lugindu is too risky given how weak the country is, even with us here. And Tefari, wishing to uphold her family tradition and honor her grandfather, won't use the orb for defensive purposes or offensive purposes like Otanga did. For now, however, we're going to use Tefari, the orb, my powers, and Somni's psychic abilities to transport your team to the astral plane to recover the second of the orbs before the occultum finds a way to get it, as I stated during our mission briefing. Naturally, Daspa feels better if this second orb was in our custody, rather than up for grabs despite being in such a hard-to-reach location.
Then fear not, for we shall accept this quest.
This can only lead to good things.
Indeed.
Alright, so I'm gonna go talk to Tefari and let her know what the plan is. In the meantime, do you have any questions about the mission?
I have an idea of what dangers we may face there, but they don't. So could you explain for them?
The dangers that you will face there include ghosts, gone mad, practically, imaginary people, these are illusions created by the plane, and all sorts of other weird and strange things I can't even describe.
So we're basically going into limbo.
That's a good way to explain it, yeah.
Well, I've always wondered what it's like to go to where the spirits roam, so hey, let's go and have fun.
Oh, and one other thing you'll need to know which Somni will be able to help you with when you get there. The astral plane is made up of hundreds upon hundreds of paths, but you'll only need to take one to get to the orb.
Could you draw a map?
Why would you ask that?
Do you have 2,000 years?
I have 2,000 years, but I'm afraid my comrades do not.
Precisely. Don't worry, you'll know which path to take.
Alright.
If we do run into, said spirits, is there anything that we should know about them in order to combat them, in your opinion? Because they seem like they'd be hard to fight.
Most likely, you're going to be on level playing ground in terms of dealing with these things, or these people as they were, because you'll be in a spiritual form as well. However, don't underestimate them. Being stuck in limbo, or being stuck in the astral plane, does things to the mind. And yes, the mind does go with you to the afterlife. And, well, basically it'd be like trying to calm a prison riot at an asylum. At best, you can knock them out, but it'll probably take people of your strength and powers to do it. The soul of any creature is made of pure energy. It takes a little while to weaken that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
As I go off with Secretary Rochester to meet with Tefari, suddenly a bus pulls up nearby.
Hello?
Out of the bus steps a fairly older gentleman. It's homeless Uncle Dunk!
Yeah!
Homeless Uncle Dunk!
I know!
Hi.
You know this guy, Nyquist?
I do. He is a very close friend of mine. How you doing, Dunk?
Homeless Uncle Dunk looks over and greets you warmly. He's curious as to what you're doing here in Lugindu after the liberation. Since last he spoke with you, you were working on a case elsewhere.
Work.
We're basically going to limbo to find an orb that has the power to control life and death, to keep the occultum from taking it.
He whistles and yells, "Woo, Nelly!" He's had quite a few adventures in his lifetime, but that one takes the cake and eats it whole. However, he does have faith that the four of you shall succeed. In the meantime, he's here volunteering as an aid worker. At least just for a little bit. That way he can freshen up, get something to eat, and do some good for others. Heck, he's always wanted to visit Lugindu, but since it's been closed off for a while now, he's never had a chance. So he took this opportunity while he had it.
Just stay out of the forest. There's still reports of insurgency.
Homeless Uncle Dunk tells you not to worry about him. He'll be extra careful, but will still take the risk for adventure's sake.
Alright, if you say so.
Never question the greatness of homeless Uncle Dunk.
Exactly.
Well, he says he has to get going now. Lots to take care of. But before he goes, however, he says that he has one piece of advice he'd like to offer regarding the astral plane. That is, if you want it.
Yes, please.
We could use anything at this point.
His advice is, if you ever get lost in the astral plane, just do what he did when he had his near-death experience in 1963. find Sterling the Local Man, the giant, cosmic, all-knowing turtle.
Sterling!
Okay.
Sterling the... Ooh?
Lupine, are you questioning homeless Uncle Dunk?
Oh, I'm just saying, I've never heard...
Are you questioning homeless Uncle Dunk?
I've just never heard this before. I'm new to this,
Are
okay?
you questioning homeless Uncle Dunk?
No, I'm not!
Very well.
We will look out for him. Thank you.
With that, I come back along with Tefari. Okay, we're ready to proceed. We're going over here to this tent they've got set up. What we're going to have to do is you guys are going to have to lay down on these beds here. We got some cots laid out for you.
It's okay, I brought my own.
You brought your own.
He's Frankman, sir. Don't question him.
I hired him. Relax, I know.
He comes prepared for everything, it seems.
All right, now, when you get there, you do have only a set amount of time, because eventually we're just going to pull you right back. That is, if everything goes according to plan. Again, if you guys end up getting overwhelmed, it might be a little difficult to pull you back to your bodies.
Understood.
Okay, so with that, Tefari and I concentrate our magics. The orb of magic begins to illuminate with its purple glow, and within an instant, we're all in the astral plane.
Whoa. That was fast.
Yeah, it's usually like that.
It's kind of pretty.
I feel no difference.
The astral plane is nuts. There are roads going upside down and left and right up what looks like walls, all kinds of crazy colors, and just it's I can't even describe it for you. It's just all over the place.
It's like a Rockwell painting.
Through the power of imagination, we will figure it out.
Okay, are we sure that we're not on a drug trip here? Because I'm seeing things.
And no, Lupine, we're exactly where we need to be.
You guys look around and you notice what looks like a road sign, just a wooden road sign right there. And there are 3 directions you can go. Direction number 1 leads to the right. It says this way to Cessnock. Direction number 2 leads down, and all you can see is darkness. Probably don't want to go there.
And the third one?
Option number 3 leads to what looks like a bright glowing light in the distance. But nearby that great light, you see what looks like a smaller yellow light.
Yeah, given the options, I think it's better we go for the light.
I second that.
The 4 of you travel down the road when all of a sudden, 4 lost souls jump out and ambush you.
Hello!
Hi.
Ghost zombies?
Looks like we have a fight.
Thank you for watching Tale on the Air. The characters in World of the Champions RPG are owned by their respective owners. The characters created by our contestants are owned solely by the contestants. The Fox and the Fedora, Tale on the Air, Director Fox, and all characters connected with that character are all owned by Sean Basinger and Z Media Productions.